Hello, and welcome back to the On the Real with Andrew podcast, where me and my revolving group of friends discuss any and everything in the world of film and TV. I'm your host, Andrew Washington, and with me today, back again, is Piper. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You haven't been here since the Sundance episode in
I know,
January.
and it's crazy because I think I've seen probably like 50 movies with you over this year. Upwards of 50 this year.
I'd have to check the Letterboxd, but probably because I've talked a little bit on the podcast, but I haven't gone into detail about like the summer. Yeah. We can do that now that you're here because you were there.
It was exciting.
During this entire summer, I know it's like crazy. I've had like 2 episodes, and I'm talking about the summer now. Finally,
now's the time.
During the summer, I found myself with a lot of free time because a lot of movie theaters decided to not be hiring. And I found myself going to a lot of screenings around town at revival houses specifically because I found that I had never been to, or before the summer started, I don't think I had been to the Egyptian.
That's right. Yeah.
I hadn't been to like Vidiots or Brain Dead. I'd only been to the New Beverly like once. Just like I'd never been to the Vista. Just like a bunch of places. The only place that I went to was the Academy Museum because that was like my loyal treasure. That's still my favorite theater in this town of LA. And I want you to give me your favorite theater too in a second. But do you have one?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm an Arrow purist.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just so nostalgic. Like that was the first like non-chain theater I went to in LA. Like I think like a month into my freshman year, and I was just like, I felt so at home, and like I had roommate issues my first semester, and I would always just like see what they were playing and be like, hey guys, want to go to the Arrow? So like literally it's just always been my home. Like whenever I have nothing to do in LA, I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the Arrow.
Shout out to the Arrow. The Arrow I'd been there a few times. Once and I was actually there. I think The Substance was the last time that I was there. That screening that we were all there for. I'm going there tonight for Night Bitch. Shout out. But so this summer I was like, I'm gonna go to all these places. The Alamo as well. I hadn't been to the one that was in LA. I'd only been once before because there isn't one in Atlanta. So I went in a different city, but I looked at the Alamo schedule. This all started with a random screening of Sex, Lies, and Videotape that I went to at the Alamo in like mid-May. I was like, I want to go to more of these, like see older movies in theaters. And I went to 64, I believe, by the end of the summer. If I
that sounds right.
Double
like,
and
Jesus
fact
Christ.
check.
That sounds low.
Well, okay. I went to 64 screenings throughout the summer, and I also had an at-home watch list because one thing that is true is in the past summers, I've taken that time to really whittle down my watch list. Like when I tell you I take it seriously, like I'm watching at least one movie a day. Most days I'm watching 2. Some days I'm watching 3. Like I was like, when I tell you I had time, but it was very fulfilling in a way because I mean, just obviously connected to what I'm trying to do aspirationally, but also just like I love being surrounded with movies, and also the character that a lot of these theaters have. I'm just obsessed with. I've always been a person that's like, I do have favorite theaters, and like, especially in Atlanta. But I love the ones that have things that have that like, retro kind of vibe, but still like have really good like programming.
Right. Yeah. Cause that's really important. It's like, I feel like Brain Dead is like kind of more mid on the programming.
Yeah.
Cause when I first found out about them, they were like, we're showing James and the Giant Peach. I was like, do I care?
Right.
That's why I've never been for like a retrospective screening. Like it's literally like, I went for the premiere of one of the worst movies I have ever seen called There's Something Wrong with the Children. It was an MGM Plus original. The whole cast...
MGM Plus?
Right?
Continue.
Open bar, which was great. But then, like, everyone who worked on it was there, and they all went up to the front, and they asked the lead actor, like, what what drew you to this? And he said, I really like needed a job. And that just sold it. It was kind of like Speak No Evil vibes.
Okay,
A little
I
bit.
did not see. I feel like I saw enough with all the trailers, but and I didn't even see the Danish version, even though that was I think I was at Sundance that year, or was it a virtual? Yeah. I did Sundance that year.
As you know, I'm a big insomniac and in turn a big sleeper during movies.
Yes.
For a little bit, and usually like just 15 minutes, and I try and time it so I don't miss anything. I think like after you get like inciting incident, you can take the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I usually wake up right when things start to happen. And so,
yes,
and I usually don't miss much, but Speak No Evil, for some reason, I was like, I can hold out. No, they got me. It was like 30 minutes in. I miss like not too much, but the ending. Can I spoil Speak No Evil 2024 on here?
Yes, you can. Spoiler warnings for people. And spoiler warnings for most of the things that we're going to be talking about on here. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come up. I mean, obviously, our main focus of Joker Folie, Deux, which we'll get to.
Also known as Joker 2.
Also known as Joker 2.
I'm not calling that.
That's the only, that and like one more time are probably going to be the only times that I say that. But outside of that, whatever comes up, spoiler warnings for potentially. But yes.
Okay. All that to say, they like, and apparently it's different from the Danish version. Apparently, like, the bad guys win in the Danish version, but in the American version, obviously they can't do that. So it's like, she gets stabbed. I think, like, they stab him with, like, a syringe that has, like, poison in it or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I slept through whenever they introduced that. And so I was like, what the hell? And I was like, and Jack was like, I think you were asleep. And I was like, that's fine, but like, what is this Deus Ex Machina? Like, and he was like, no, it's they showed it, it's Chekhov. And I'm like, no, not if I didn't see it.
That happened. Oh my god, when I saw the Hunger Games prequel, Songbirds and Snakes,
sure,
the first time, it was like really late. I think I went by myself because it came out like right before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and it was long, or 2:45 long, and I dozed off in the like third act, the scene when they're in the woods.
So like
I closed my eyes.
No,
yes, like I closed my eyes. It was for like less than a minute, but it was literally the scene where she like tries to kill him and then like runs away. So I fell asleep and they walked together in the woods, and then I woke up and she was gone, and he was like, "What happened?" And I was like, what the fuck happened? Like
yeah.
I was like, did I miss the most pivotal moment of the movie? Because I literally like zoned out for, when I tell you less than a minute, I was not asleep for more. Like I closed my eyes and woke up in the same scene, and I was like, oh my god, that's like my worst fear. That's why I like,
like my most famous version of this is Drive My Car. Like you've heard this, but
yes.
My friends call it the Piper cut of Drive My Car, because 40 minutes in,
yes,
is when the inciting incident happens, which is where I can spoil Drive My Car from 2021.
Yes, I love Drive My Car.
Spoilers for Drive My Car, but yeah, shout out. His wife dies 40 minutes in. I take my little nap. And again, this was in the section where like I was there because I needed shelter from my bad roommate. This was in 2021.
Yeah.
And I needed a little nap. So I miss his wife dying. And then later he's like fucking with this guy who's like cast in his show, and he's like, you fucked my wife right before she died. And I was like, why is he saying this to him? Like, what an evil thing to say. Like, and I watched that whole movie through the lens of not knowing his wife was dead, because they don't fully address it again. Like,
no, because what I feel like is so great about the movie, and especially that section, I love the length of it, because you are really able to get a sense of the characters for sure, and especially the section like with the wife. So that's so funny. You didn't realize that she was not there.
Well, okay, anymore? So
or that there was a time jump.
Drive My Car is that he's like with his wife. His wife is cheating.
Yes.
But and then this is the Piper lapse. It happens.
It's their relationship, but she does die.
Yeah, so she has like
and
a
then
brain
there's a
tumor.
time jump.
Right, so then I wake up right when, and this is what I mean, usually it's right when things start happening. So I wake up and he's going to this theater festival. I thought maybe she stayed home. I thought she stayed home because he like moved somewhere else. So I was like, oh, maybe they're separated because he found out or whatever. So then when he starts berating this actor, and he's like, "You were the last person to fuck my wife." I was like, "What do you mean, dude? You could have done it." No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually hilarious.
So yeah.
But anyway, so back to the summer and how you're connected. A lot of these screenings, Piper was there for.
Yeah. If there's one thing about me, I will watch a movie. I will come to a movie, just invite me. But specifically, Andrew has this notes app list.
I do.
That I can just refer to where of all the things that he wants to watch. And there's usually one for literally every calendar day.
Yes. When I tell you this summer, there are a few like website aggregators. I spent so much time, like literally every night I would scroll and just check for new shit because there's always new screenings. It's I think Revival Houses LA.com or something. I also follow them on Instagram. They post like not like daily, but it's like at the start on like every weekend they'll post like what's happening for the weekend. Like on Instagram, during the week stuff you have to still go to the website to find. But they put everything for like all these theaters. Even like I still haven't been to like the Bay Theater. That's the Netflix one because they only show Netflix.
The Bay?
No, I almost went to a screening for Maestro there. Oh, that's true. Yeah. They were showing Forrest Gump there. I almost went to there. Oh, I saw Ed Wood at Beyond Fest on Saturday.
Oh, okay. I hear it was very incel crowd.
That's very funny and kind of true, but I loved it. I thought it was so good. I did not know that the writers wrote Dolomite Is My Name, which is one of my favorite movies. I do love Eddie Murphy so much. I just think his performance in the movie is fantastic. I think it's so funny, and I'm a fan of biopics, especially like ones that are entertaining. So
basic ask, I think.
Yeah, but like they're funny. Like these movies are straight comedies. But it's still you're still like learning about these people and a very earnest and honest portrayal of these guys. In both cases of Ed Wood and Dolomite Is My Name, they were talking about how those movies are kind of the most related. They're like cousins, basically.
Yeah.
Not like Ed Wood and Rudy Ray Moore, but like the spirit of both of those movies they said are very connected. But yeah, I mean, outside of the Johnny Depp of it all and the Jeffrey Jones of it all, didn't know he was in that as well. That's the Tim Burton that comes with it. Martin Landau, who plays Bela Lugosi in it, he won an Oscar for it.
Really?
Yeah, but I was literally at the end of it, I leaned over to Colin and I was like, did he win? Did he get any kind of like award attention for that? Because I while watching the film, I was like, oh my god, he's like stunning in this movie. And then he was like, he won the Oscar, and I was like, as he should.
Just so on that real quick, I always think like up until like 2019 or whatever, I feel like there are certain movies that like could get awards attention. Mm-hmm. And movies that like could not now. Like I think about how like Chicago won Best Picture.
Chicago literally won Best Picture.
Literally, that would not happen now. I feel it's
unfortunately. I mean, Elvis was like the closest, but
but that it also didn't win. But it didn't. It's like Ed Wood. Like I would not think that Ed Wood would be something to get attention, let alone win.
Yeah, it won. It also won, I think, probably for makeup. Those are the only things it was nominated for.
Yeah.
No, but no, you're exactly right. Like movies in those. I mean, the Ed Wood is interesting because it is. I feel like it being a biopic by nature is kind of attractive to like awards
about movies.
But yeah, and it's about making movies, which is another reason, part of why I really liked it as well.
Right, of course. I do.
But especially making low budget movies. There's a movie that I watched this summer as a getting back to the summer watch list and the summer screening wish list. I have my screening wish list and then the summer watch list, because the screenings, I have this massive list. I don't go to everything that's on there. I end up going to most of it though. But I watched this movie called Living in Oblivion with Steve Buscemi. I don't know if I told you about it. This was like in June.
A little bit. Yeah,
I might have mentioned it. But it's with Steve Buscemi and like Dermot Mulroney and some other like people that I've seen in other places. But anyway, the movie Living in Oblivion though is the same spirit. It's like about it's more focused, which is kind of what makes it more of a me movie, but it's literally about filming the entire movie is like them filming this one scene, or like them trying to film this one scene. It's like a low budget like movie, or there's like it's like 3 different variations. It kind of is this, it plays with reality a little bit because there's 3 different like versions of how filming the scene goes, and it's like, one is fake, one is like aspirational, one is like what really happened kind of thing. But it's really funny, and it's so like the humor is like really hyper specific to like, being on set. But I think like if you've been on a set, like watching it, it's like hilarious because it's so literally there's a bit about like room tone, and just the way that it hits in the like flow of the story is so fucking funny. Like I literally screamed laughing. But anyway, so like the spirit of like that and like Ed Wood and like things like that really attracted me. But you've been going to some like Beyond Fest screenings recently. And
I think like 9.
9 so far.
It has been 7 days, and I think I've seen 9 movies.
Oh my goodness! Oh well, you went to the Shane Black quadruple feature, no?
Unfortunately, yes.
Are you counting those as 4 different ones, or is that?
If I saw 4 different films, then I saw 4 different.
Very
films.
true. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Let's pull up the diary. Go ahead. What do you want to talk
about? Well, let's talk about. Well, okay, we saw not a Beyond Fest movie, which is like, I know I just asked you about Beyond Fest, but we saw Rocco and His Brothers.
Oh, yes, we did. And
a couple weeks ago.
That was after Substance.
Yes, that was like that weekend.
I pre-gamed it with Minnie and Moskowitz, which was...
Okay, what's funny, because you had asked me if I wanted to come, and I was like, I actually just saw it 2 days ago for a different screening. I've been cracking into Cassavetes this summer. I part of me watching so many movies is because there's a lot of movies that I feel like I should have seen, particularly a lot of directors that I should be familiar with. So a lot of times I structure my list based off like which directors do I want to kind of experience. So I saw like Kubrick was a big one because I hadn't seen, I think Eyes Wide Shut was my first one. I watched that in like March. So I was like, I need to watch. I've now seen
crazy. A lot, right? Because you went to 2001.
I went to 2001 this summer. I just watched Barry Lyndon like 2 days ago. I went to The Shining at the end of August. I own Full Metal Jacket on DVD, so I watched that at the house. Oh, A Clockwork Orange. But anyway, Cassavetes is one of them as well, because I saw Love Streams, which I really enjoyed, Under the Influence, which was really good, I thought. Opening Night was the first one that I watched, though, and after I watched that, I was like, I need to watch more, because I just love the style. I just love the realism. So in that, I went into Minnie and Moskowitz expecting some of that. It's very, I think it's a hard watch a little. Like I'd understand watching it and being frustrated the whole time because I kind of was.
It's just as a woman. It was purely just that she kept having really bad times. It was like she just kept getting like assaulted because it was like her with like a partner, and then
Cassavetes. Yeah, he was like playing her husband.
Yeah. And then it was like she goes out to lunch with this random guy and she like can't get away from him. It's to the point where
That
she's
scene
just,
I
like,
thought was hilarious. I do have to say,
but
my crowd
okay, it
ate
just
that
didn't
shit
age
up.
well because
That's
it was
true.
like, you know, I'm not trying to be the Gen Z person that's like, this is problematic. It just made me personally uncomfy. And the woman next to me too. Like whenever Moskowitz would come on screen, we would be like, oh no. Because like me and this woman, I should have gotten her name or something. But everyone else was like, ha ha, he's so funny. And we were like, no, girl, get away from him. Because he would hit her and stuff, and then he would be like, oh, you have to marry me or I'm never leaving or whatever. So, which marrying would also make him never leave. I don't know. It was just, it aged like milk.
Yeah,
That's
I get
what I have to
that.
say.
I think part of me, not to like brush that away because all that's definitely true.
Please minimize women's experiences.
No, I mean it in the sense that, well, no, I came in expecting some of that just because
it's 70s, and you were familiar with that.
Like.
This is the first one I've ever seen.
That's the first Cassavetes movie you've seen? Okay, I promise you all the other ones are good. Because this one, Minnie and Moskowitz, of the now 4, I think I've only seen 4 by now, but that is my least favorite.
Well, your motivation with seeing this was your director watch and all this that you just talked about. My motivation to see this was that all my friends had homework, and I'm a business major, so I didn't. And so I wanted to go do something.
Right, real. Yeah, so that's very valid about Minnie and Moskowitz. But Rocco and his brothers, which is very interesting the way that we're talking about it, because I feel like it's in a way, it has some of the same qualities that you're talking about. But I think,
a little bit.
But I think it handles it in a much more nuanced way than Minnie and Moskowitz does. I loved Rocco and his brothers. I thought it was an excellent movie. It's a 3-hour like family drama epic that's an Italian film from 1960. Starring Alain Delon, the French actor who like passed away a few weeks ago from Les Samurai,
which is why they were showing it.
Which is why they were showing it. All his lines were like dubbed over in French, but it's basically about he plays Rocco and he has 4 brothers. He's like the second child, right?
Because I think he's number 3.
He's the middle. The film is structured kind of in chapters.
The oldest one was like engaged, and then there's the second oldest one. He was the original.
He's the evil one.
He was the original boxer, and then Rocco like had to take over as a boxer.
Yeah. And then they have
the irrelevant 2 younger ones.
Justice for Luca. But it mostly revolves around Rocco and Simone both being in love with this woman. A prostitute. I can't remember her character's name. But it's this really like kind of haunting movie about this guy who like unfortunately like puts family like first over everything, and it's like he kind of has to come to terms with and realize that like he needs to divorce himself from like the like of always being like in service of his family, because it's like it's really it's a very complex movie. Like I said, it's very long, and it was I don't even know how many movies ago, so I can't break it all
so many movies ago. But I think what's great about it is that it's also a good piece of neorealism, which is like my personal favorite film movement. As you know,
yes, I'm a fan.
Yeah, Andrew and I,
lovers.
Yes. We studied abroad together in Bologna. Learned a lot about.
This felt very this could have been like a Piazza screening.
Well, I think the restoration's more recent. I don't know. It was a beautiful restoration, but it was restored by the
Bologna people. Cineteca. But gorgeous movie, like you said. There were some parts where it was like the TV. There's like television sets, and it was like, was it just digitally like kind of put in? But I feel like
so because it's like they cut him out like in a Photoshop sense and like plastered.
But I'm like, how would that have looked in the 60s? Like, did it look like that? Like, did they just?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that was there. You notice some digital enhancements, but in the information that they put before it, they were talking about how they had to piece some stuff together because there were pieces of it missing.
But it was just great because it showed like the underbelly of Milan, you know, especially like racism within Italy itself from like Southerners to Northerners.
Yeah.
I don't know, neorealist films don't really talk about that. It's usually just like, these people are poor, but it was like also specifically like, you're from Southern Italy, boo, you know?
Yeah. It's some gorgeous writing. And also I watched Raging Bull for the first time.
Very similar. Which one came first?
Rocco and His Brothers is like
it's definitely
20 years older. But I found out about Rocco and His Brothers like existence as a movie from the Scorsese's like 39 foreign films that every filmmaker should watch. And after what I was like, it's not, Raging Bull's obviously not exactly the same, but there's such heavy influence in like the visual style and even in like some of the themes, but also the fact that they're both about boxing. Like there's so many clear like influences from it. They're both excellent films. I think, I mean, you know, I personally think Rocco and His Brothers is better, but they're different films. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that for a bit. And also, because I want to talk about The Apprentice before and then get to Joker.
Quickly, I would like to quickly run through because I have seen so many movies and
do that.
Okay, Piece by Piece. Have you seen yet?
No, I haven't.
Good movie, I think.
I'm sure.
The synesthesia, really cool.
We can't talk too much about that because that hasn't come out yet. It comes out like on the 11th.
Wait, is there an embargo?
No, well, no, the embargo's up, but it's just, I mean, I know it's a documentary, so there's not really anything to.
Can I spoil? Can I spoil it though?
No, that's what I'm saying. We can't spoil it because
go see Piece by Piece. There's one really funny joke that I'm not allowed to spoil, but just know that it's funny.
I'm sure. I'm interested to see that. Morgan Neville,
and it really justifies the medium of Legos.
Morgan Neville is like a favorite documentarian of mine.
I've never seen anything else.
But I will know. Mr. Rogers documentary. Have you seen?
No.
Okay, that's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. But he did that movie. He also did this movie called 20 Feet from Stardom back in like 2013 about background singers that I.
Oh, that looks interesting. Yeah.
I said my mom was like really interested in it. My mom she was like responsible for most of the documentaries that I've watched. But we like rented it on like, we had DVD Netflix at the time. And we rented 20 Feet from Stardom on DVD Netflix and watched it back in, I think it came out in 2013.
That's cool. Yeah, and then The Apprentice. So here's the thing. The Apprentice was after a long day of seeing 4 very mid movies. And again, the night before I had seen this movie called A Desert, where that also broke me because it was just
oh my god!
And bad for me, as you know, is not fun, as opposed to being me enjoying my time versus me not enjoying my time. But anyways, The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. This is the new Donald Trump movie. I just saw this, or Donald Trump biopic. He's not attached to it in any way, and I would honestly be incredibly surprised if he was. Especially after seeing it, I'm incredibly surprised if he was. We can't spoil this. Another one we can't spoil because I think it releases on the 11th of October as well. But in a non-spoiling way, it is a biopic about young Donald Trump kind of coming up as a, swindler, evil person, but he's like kind of under the tutelage of Roy Cohn, and it's basically about his relationship with Roy Cohn and how he kind of became who he is. I promise you, I'm not a Trump supporter, but
just to clarify,
I'm clarifying this before I even say anything about this movie. I am not a Trump supporter. I enjoyed this movie, though. I do have to say, I thought it was entertaining. I don't have many like academic thoughts about it. I'm not really. I don't want to give him too much time in my head. And maybe that's why I like it on the surface. But I think the performances are really good. Right, I think Jeremy Strong.
That's undeniable.
in it, and Sebastian Stan I thought did a great job as well.
And
Maria Bakalova. But I thought I was entertained. There's a way more. I don't know if this is a spoiler to say homoeroticism in the story.
I think you're just hyping it up.
I mean, if you're familiar with it, explain. I mean, not like in an antagonist way, but just like what do you mean?
I think it was only coming from Jeremy Strong's character. Like,
yeah, okay.
Like it was definitely played that way intentionally, but
yeah.
It was kind of like Jeremy's. It made it.
Yeah, they're not making it.
Even though he was like not a minor, it seemed kind of like pedophilic in a way because it was like, oh, he was like his mentor and stuff. It was like Jeremy Strong's character, Roy Cohen.
Yeah.
Which I will now call him, was like attracted to Donald Trump, but like Donald Trump wasn't really reciprocating.
I think that's as far as we can get, because that's getting a little bit into the movie. But it if you know about Roy Cohn, because it's not like a spoiler or wrong or incorrect, it's truth to say, like
you can't spoil a biopic.
Like I mean, like he had AIDS, like he died. He was like people I'm pretty sure know that he was gay, but I feel like I've heard that before, but that I don't have like, Roy Cohn's like Wikipedia page in my head.
I had never heard of him before this movie.
So I've heard of him just like on the news and stuff. But the way that plays into the movie, like I really didn't expect, and it shocked me, but I was like, I thought it worked. His kind of character arc, like descending into becoming like an evil person, like made a lot of sense, at least in the story. Like I'm taking this like as a film. I think outside of the now context of who Donald Trump is, I think it's a good movie. In that, we talked very briefly, and I remember you said you think it's pointless. I do agree, and I actually don't think it's great for it to exist now.
It didn't really say anything. Like I get that like Ali Abbasi thought that like the arc of him was like objectively a good story. He was like, imagine if like this was not connected to a real person, like you would think that it's cheesy because of like how good of a character arc it is. And I sort of get that, but it was just like, again, I feel like there was no substance behind it, if that makes any sense. And that's what rubbed me the wrong way, is because like I had a Q&A afterwards. I know you did too.
Yeah. We had a producer and Maria Bakalova, and you had the director.
I had the director and Maria Bakalova. And so it was two non-Americans talking about like people who, it's not that they don't have to deal with politics in America, but it's like they don't really influence it in a sense.
Yeah.
And just like, no, like we are not sympathizing with who he is now. But don't you think that this is kind of a sympathetic story? And then also, like, I don't know if they did this outside of yours, because was yours press?
It was, I think it was attached to Film Independent, actually.
Okay, anyways, it was put on kind of, I don't know who's distributing it or whatever, but whoever was there, they went to everyone in line to get in, and not to be, again, like, a Beyond Fest goer / incel, but because like my friend and I had been at the Shane Black thing beforehand, we were literally the second people to get into the theater.
This was after the Shane Black?
Yeah, because you get to re-enter.
Oh.
And so if you were already in the theater. And so anyways, they come up to us and they're like, would you like to record content after the movie talking about your thoughts? And that just also rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm really not interested in things for shock factor at the moment. And I feel kind of the same way about The Apprentice. I feel the same way about Joker 2. It's like, I feel like my thoughts about it are kind of interchangeable. It's purely releasing right now for shock factor because of the election. And obviously I don't know.
I'll be interested to hear how Joker 2 is related to the election.
Oh, please. No, and I will get into it when we're there.
What I'll say is interesting about you talking about his being not from here. The producer, she was talking about, because she was attached to it before he was, she said they intentionally sought out a non-American to direct.
I think that there's no way they could have done it with an American because of you need that different perspective on it. You need that outside perspective on it. But it's also just the way he was talking about, like, it just rubbed me. I wish I'd taken notes. Like, I wish I knew talk about this again. But
yeah. No, I mean, like, you know, we can't get too deep into
and then
it.
But the thing with the content creation thing is we left the Q&A because it went, I think, like almost an hour. We had been there for 10 hours.
Wow.
We wanted to leave. I think we lasted like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm waiting for my friend to get out of the bathroom. I hear them interviewing someone, and they're like, "So, does this make Donald Trump more sympathetic to you?" And I was like, "Are you joking? Like, obviously, I know that's the point of releasing it."
Was it somebody attached to the film, or was
no?
it just
They were getting audience reactions. So I think like most of the theater, like I know Zach Cunningham, guest of the pod,
yes.
He did it. And so it was like they had rotating questions. Zach said one of the questions was like, describe Donald Trump in one word, purely to make shock value content creation for social media.
Yeah.
And then it just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, why does this exist? And again, it broke my brain. And then when we got to Joker 2 the next day, that fully sent me off. I texted you because I went to take breaks.
Yeah.
And during Joker 2, I had to take walking breaks. And I was like, Andrew, I'm on the ledge because I had seen so many bad movies.
Yeah, no. I like when you said like you felt like it's pointless. I was like, I kind of agree. Like it doesn't. Like I feel like right now is actually like a bad time for this movie to come out. Like it's
the
placement.
Only time that this movie could come out is right before this election. There is literally no other time they could release it.
Like it makes sense because the election is here, but
it's just a money grab.
It's like three, like it's so I'm like, and because of how it doesn't paint him to necessarily be a good guy, but it's like it's very intent on showing you like the human side of him that like was there before he became, you know. And so I'm like, again, outside of the now context of it, I think it works for the story and for the experience of the film, but with the like it's so you can't escape the context of it because you know, and it's like there's references to stuff that's happening
and
now,
they don't want you to,
you know, like the Make America Great Again. I think that's in the trailer.
They're always asking him like, would you run for office? You're so awesome. And he's like, politics is for losers.
Yeah, they do that a few times, and again, those bits are in the trailer as well. When I tell you, I genuinely think that Jeremy Strong is like excellent in it. Truthfully, I think he's really good. And not to like harp on like or make the movie seem like way better, but I do think Jeremy Strong.
I think Jeremy Strong is really good.
Not in that. And I'm not even like the world's biggest Succession fan. I love Succession, but I'm not like I didn't start watching it until like really late. So anyway, that's The Apprentice. I watch it if you want. I'm not gonna advocate for anybody to go see it. Like I wasn't going to seek it out. Amaya texted me and she was like, "Do you want to go?" I was like, "I'll."
That's it. I will always see a movie. Yeah.
I was like, "I'll come. I'll go." But we saw.
You call me. You're like, I'm outside your apartment. Movie. Let's see.
I was like, I'm on break for 3 hours. Did I sleep?
Yes, I had to wake you up when the credits came on.
I did. It was actively boring. Like I was like, it was making me tired.
But what was more boring, this or Joker 2?
Well, I will say Borderlands actually did make me fall asleep. Joker, let's get into Joker now. Joker, Folie, Deux. I said I was only going to say it one more time. That was the other time. From now on forever on this podcast, known as Joker 2, because it doesn't really deserve or need me to say its name all the way. I am not going to spend the entire time shitting on this movie. I'm going to spend most of the time shitting on this movie. But before we get into that very briefly, if for some reason anybody doesn't know what Joker 2 is,
why are you here? Why did you
right? It is the sequel to the $1 billion 2019 Joker film.
I mean, it was the first movie to make Joe $1 billion.
Like, yes.
Academy Award
winning for score and lead actor.
Yeah, if you've ever been to the Academy Museum, there's that one crazy room where you go in. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I actually, as many times, I've been to the Academy Museum, I think almost 20 times for screenings. I've never been to the museum part.
And we'll change that. Okay, so it's on like the top floor. It's the floor because the top floor is special exhibit. So it's the floor before that.
Yes.
And they have a bunch of like sci-fi things. So they have like the Donnie Darko bunny suit, most notably me. They have like
I saw they have Beyonce's dress from Dreamgirls.
That's in a different room.
There.
This is specifically sci-fi.
But I saw that they have that there.
But
so yes,
in that room they have, and I don't know if they've changed it out, because what I love about the museum is they changed it out completely. For a while it was frozen in the 2019 season because of the pandemic, but so that's what this is from specifically, but they have a room. Basically the museum is designed to highlight all the different crafts of filmmaking. And so there's a casting room, there's an editing room, there's a costume design room. The sci-fi one is specifically like celebrating that genre. There's an animation room. But this is the music room. And so you go in, it is completely dark except a glowing red orb at the top. There's like a circular couch that you could sit on, and it just plays the Joker score. The Joker 2019 score, where it's like the cellos tuning. And listen, back then in 2019, I was a band kid, and I wanted to work in score. Like I wanted to do score. I was livid when Joker won. Because I was like, are you like, there's such good scores from that year, 1917, literally everything else should have won, but it was just a tough year. Joker 2, I feel, is going to get nominated for score, and I feel, depending on what else comes out, could deserve it. That is the only redeeming quality for me personally, is the fact that the score is still good. But go to the Academy Museum, take an edible, go sit in the Joker 2 score room. Joker 1 score room. First, I'll say about the first Joker. If you look on my website, ontheroadwithandrew.com, still active, still up. I pay the fee to keep the domain name every year. I haven't added a review on it or written a review for it in a second, but I reviewed Joker when it came out, because 2019 was the year that I started it in January 2019. Yeah. And Joker, I remember at the time when I wrote it, was my longest review. I was like so proud of it. It wasn't even that long. It was like 600 or 700 words. But at the time, I was just trying to crank shit out, and I was such a slow writer. I still kind of am, but I was like limiting myself to only writing like 250, 300 words. Like I just wanted like a quick little thing, because I spent a lot of time like doing layout of the website and stuff. But Joker, I had felt so strongly about in 2019 when I was in high school. I loved it. I was like, this is like fantastic. As a lot of people did, I'm sure at the time. I don't think I'm like alone in saying in 2019, Joker, I thought the Joker was really good. No, and I can admit that, because I was, famously had a comic book fan account. Mm-hmm. I saw it with my dad, and I was like, this is really good. Yeah. It's just like, as the years passed and everything, like going to college, like it's not, and meeting women in film, it's not cool to say I liked Joker. So.
No, there's, if you look on my Letterboxd, because I had Letterboxd at the time. I think I have it as 5 stars on there. Like I was gagged. And like you said, as you grow, as you learn the context, I've not seen the first Joker again since the time that I saw it and reviewed it. But I have seen The King of Comedy since then.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. No. Well, if you, as soon as you watch it, you're going to be like, Joker, when I tell you like almost scene for scene.
It's deep for me, I know.
Like, and I had heard that, like people have been saying that, and that was like a big critique that a lot of people had of it at the time, but I hadn't seen it, so I couldn't judge it based on that. And also I'm slightly of the mind that I won't say that being derivative isn't necessarily a bad thing, but derivative, I don't think is like, it has a negative connotation, but I don't think something being derivative is necessarily like inherently negative. Like, I mean, being reminiscent of something else, or kind of taking inspiration from something else isn't a bad thing. But when it's like a beat for beat like copy, and also like almost like not even being subtle about it, but like it's a beat for beat copy, but it's trying to act like it's not. Like I feel like a lot of movies when it is like that close, like like the intention is like, oh, they're trying to do king comedy. Joker was trying to pass it off as like we're the first, like I'm like, this is an adapted screenplay. Like this is literally the same fucking movie. So and I think I watched, that was this summer when I watched King Comedy. That gave me a completely different like view of the movie. I still think there are good qualities about it. I still think it's a very like pretty movie. I mean, it's gritty and like dark, but I love the cinematography. I am a fan of the score. There's things about it that I think are good. But my feeling of Joker changed. So my expectation coming into this movie was different than going into the first movie, because I now don't really like it. So I'm not going to say that me not liking it is why I don't like this movie, but I really don't think that this movie is good.
No, it's genuinely not well-rounded.
I do not think this movie is good at all. And I am such a big musical head. Like, infamously, Dreamgirls is my favorite movie.
Right, yeah. No, say La La Land here, yeah.
So I'm like all for, like, I've probably talked about this, I think maybe when Zach was on, because I think that was when the trailer came out around. I was like,
we were at one movie at the Alamo, and they played the trailer, and we were really high, and they had the scene where it's like she draws the lip gloss, we were like, we're so good. I can't wait for Joker 2.
Because the trailer looked good. I was cautiously optimistic.
It's not like we went in as haters.
Like, I was like, this could be something, because anytime anything's a musical, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because people are scared to make musicals now. Lady Gaga. I was like, this could be something. I have no idea how they're going to make Joker a musical, but I'm open to it. I don't know what the fuck happened. It's like it was like someone forced them to make a musical.
No, and here's what I was going to say. You know how Happy Feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't heard.
Do you know where I'm going?
I think I do, but I just have to pull
how...
Happy Feet from the back corner depths
of
my brain.
It's the one with the penguins.
Yes.
So you know how
the George Miller
I think it's on like his Wikipedia or something. It said, and this is like viral on like Twitter or something, where it was like they asked him if he would make a Happy Feet 3, and he said like something like, I'd rather like blow my brains out, or like I would slit my wrist before making that. And I feel like that's what the Joker 2 production team feels, in the sense that and we can spoil.
Yes, we can, because it's coming out. This will be released on the day that it's released.
Okay, so he dies. He dies at the end. And I think that was specifically because they would have killed themselves if they had to make Joker 3. They did not want to be bound to making Joker 3, and thank God there's no Joker 3 after that.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just really reminded of Happy Feet.
Yeah, well, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'll say a lot of why I feel like it didn't work, especially as a musical, is because none of the music moved the story in any way, shape, or form.
No original songs.
No, well, actually, no. The song where they're dancing on the roof next to the Hotel Arkham, like that shot that's in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
That song is original.
This might have been during my walks.
Because that's on the album. And we'll get into the album as well, because I love the album. I was talking shit about it last episode. I was actually talking like brazen shit about it.
Please.
Before it came out. Because this one song that they teased I thought sounded bad, and I still think it sounds bad, but the rest of the album I actually am a fan of. Yeah. But it's that song is on the album, but there's like 2 or 3 original songs on that album. That's the only one.
Yeah, there's like
it's the one that's called
called Joker, and then
the one that's called Folie Deux is an original song.
Okay.
But that was the song that they sang when they were dancing on the roof.
Got it.
But the way that the numbers are in the story is they literally like the story literally pauses. They have the number and then they like go back to where they started at the start of the number. So I'm like, you take the numbers out. What the fuck is there? Like, it's not, the musical numbers are so like,
it's just there to be like, look, they're crazy. But then it's like, oh, she's not crazy. She's just crazy because she's like into him. But it's like,
yeah, but she's like also like not. They kind of at the like her character
could also be taken out.
Her character was so empty. Yeah. Like she's only there to somewhat explain why he like thinks in music now, because she like unlocks the music inside of him.
In music. But I think it would have been so much better if it was a full musical with original music. Because the fact that it's like singing show tunes that are, and this is fully not a spoiler because she released the album, which is I think a spoiler on her part,
a week before, and all of the songs on the album are in the movie. But there's just the album has better arrangements. Whisper singing. Like when I listen to like I don't know what song listen like That's Entertainment. Or whatever. It's like they're singing it how you're supposed to sing it in wherever it came from. Whatever movie they were like showing it because they were
what movie it had Fred Astaire in it.
I know. I was trying to look in the credits. I couldn't see it. I don't know off the top of my head. But that's the.
It's like when they sing it, it's like That's Entertainment.
Like they were talking about,
it's like whisper singing. It's like Billie Eilish, but if she was bad.
Right. They were talking about in a lot of press how they were like,
it's not a
creating
musical.
It's not a musical,
it's just
and they were like,
characters who can't
we're
express
singing
themselves.
how like they would sing because they don't know
words.
how to sing. And
they have to sing.
Right. But I'm like, once I caught on in the movie that. Especially that all the songs that were on the album were in the movie. Yeah. Like by the 3rd or 4th song, I was like, oh, so I kind of know the soundtrack. But I was excited for That's Entertainment because I love the arrangement that's on the album.
Right. It's more exciting when it's just the
so much
album.
Fun.
Yeah.
And so in my head, I was like, is the number in the film going to be as big as the track on the album sounds? And it's not, a lot of the songs are like, or at least like, That's Entertainment. A lot. It's like they play most of the song as like the scene in the film that it's from, and then they kind of start singing it, but it's mostly background. Some of the music isn't diegetic also, which I think confused me.
Right, and that's the thing where you were like, oh, you could take out a lot of it. It's like when he's looking at the TV and then he has that solo where he's like, finally someone cares.
For once in my life,
and then it's like, oh, now cut, he's back to the TV. I love
that song. I was kind of mad that they, it was like, that moment was like, it worked. It
felt a little bit like that season of Mr. Robot, where, have you ever seen that with Remy Malek?
I'm familiar with the show, but I haven't seen it.
So there's a season where it entirely... I don't know if entirely, but it starts off a couple episodes and like he's in prison, but you don't know that for like the first 2. It's like it seems as if he's walking around New York. I think I watched this when I was a child, but it was like then something happens, and it's revealed that those episodes did in fact take place like in the prison. Mm-hmm. Like just the fact that it was in prison the whole time, and then like a courtroom drama. I was like. Really? This is a courtroom drama musical? Like, bill it like that. I feel like people like courtroom drama. I watched
Chicago.
That's why I was like, my Letterboxd review was like, you want to be Chicago so bad.
Right. It's like they want to be Chicago
if it
and
wasn't
Moulin
fun
Rouge.
and didn't slay.
Yeah. But like, based on like comic books. The numbers added nothing. I thought that Gaga's character was really like hollow and empty. It seems like I wonder if there was a version of this where she was in it more, and then maybe they like kind of
like the down. Idol, where they were like, "There's too much female perspective."
I don't. I'm trying to figure out because for so long since they've been talking about this movie, it has been billed as like this 2-hander, like from like the first time they said anything about it.
And again, this is what I feel about The Apprentice. It's like. the point of these movies that are coming out at the moment are to make money. Like the point is not like this is not a Sundance film. Like the point isn't to tell a story, to say something.
Yes.
These movies are hollow, and the point is to make money. So their point with Gaga is like, oh, we alienated a lot of people by making it about this man who went insane that people like happen to sympathize with.
Yeah.
Let's get the women back in the theaters. And it got me. I was excited. I was like,
and literally
Gaga.
This movie is like the complete opposite.
Let's
it's like
get
just
the women and the
trying
gay
to
people.
undo the first movie also.
Yeah.
Because you can tell that they like didn't mean for people to sympathize with him. So they're trying to like make him like at least just the.
I think it was the original was supposed to be a satire on people who are like that, kind of like the innocence of the boys.
That came out very
which is
clearly.
very smart.
And so, I mean, the king of comedy is that way.
But we are majoring in media literacy. So that's just us. But with this, it was like, oh no, he's bad, he's insane, but he's like skinny and gross. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that I think I said in my Letterboxd review, I was like, it's hilarious how noticeably bad the screenplay is when they're not trying to, when they can't just like copy and paste a Scorsese script. Because when I tell you some of the laziest like cues, like music, like dialogue cues for musical numbers in the script, like
there were times where I thought they were gonna go into a musical.
When she said, "I'm gonna build a mountain," like 7 times.
And, oh my god! It's like, because then people would be like, "What does that mean?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna build a mountain." And it's like you don't build a mountain.
I want to build a mountain.
You don't build a mountain. You know what builds mountains? Earthquakes, fault lines. You can't.
Like she just kept teasing this. I'm gonna build a mountain, and then if you've listened to the album, you know there's a song on the album called "Gonna Build a Mountain." So you know that song is a song that's in it. That's the other thing, because of how lazy they are about kind of hinting at like all of the song titles are used in the dialogue, so they're kind of like hinting
and there's like
towards
a lot.
It.
Go ahead.
But if you've listened to the album and you know what songs are on there, once you hear it, you're like, oh, that song's gonna show up, and then the song shows up. There's no surprise. Like there's the part of why I think it's bad that the album came out before the film is, I mean, because you know the songs going in. I feel like if I didn't know the songs going in, I might have had a skosh bit of a better time. Because I would have been more excited. She also built
the album as like, here's songs inspired by Joker too.
Yeah.
Like it makes it seem like they're not gonna be in the movie.
Right. I was like, oh, this is just the vibe. Like I made. Because like she's performing, clown like Harley Quinn. Like it made sense. I was like, oh, it's just she's adopting this persona to make this album. But no, it's like the soundtrack. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I had known that, I wouldn't have listened to it.
Right, same. And the other thing is like,
but I listened to it immediately and had been listening to it so much.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
I feel like also with them being lazy and like how they go into the songs is that literally one of the staples of musicals is like people are playing a beat, or it's like just people doing everyday tasks and it goes into a beat, like Beauty and the Beast, I think, but most notably for me personally, High School Musical too. You know what I mean? They're in the kitchen, and then it's like the beat starts, and then they start singing.
Yes.
They had so many moments where there was a beat going, and I was like, oh, "Song time? Song time? No."
Is that Work It Out in High School? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to like remember.
It's like a staple of musicals. Like when I took art of cinema, our genre was musicals, and they were like,
"Were we in the same art of cinema class?
Were we?
Because we had the same
Miranda Banks on Wednesdays in spring 2022.
Oh, no. I had Miranda Banks on Fridays.
Oh, okay. A lot of us had Wednesdays, and we like took it. Anyways, it was fun, but it's like
Did y'all watch Gold Diggers in 1933?
Yeah, I think it was the same curriculum.
Probably, yeah.
No, they did that in Gold Diggers. What else?
Shout out to that movie.
Yeah, a great movie. Shout out to Magic Mike. Magic Mike. XXL. They do that in that, where it's like he's just drilling. He's like,
and then Pony
in the garage, and then Pony starts, and then he starts like doing the things with the drills.
Yeah.
What a peak movie.
I know Magic Mike XXL is like unironically a better film and a better sequel than Joker.
Oh yeah, yeah. So all that to say,
but no, yeah, they don't. They have a few lead-ins that don't lead up to anything. Like they have the when the Saints are marching in, another song that's on the album. And so once I heard the first time I heard the horn, I was like, oh, like like of course. So that was why like I caught on so fast. By the third time, like, and not even that far, like less than 5 minutes in, I had heard the third song title like from something on the album, and I was like, oh, okay. So every song I heard, someone said they have The World on a String. That's a song that's on the album. Someone, the number where he's sitting on the piano, there's always a joker in the. That's the song that I didn't like. That's the one that I was talking shit about. That she teased in the Lou video and stuff that she covered on the album. The two, I don't think. Good Morning is that from Sing to the Rain? Good morning.
I'll look it up. I think.
Yeah, so. I unfortunately haven't seen Singing in the Rain. I've seen Hello Dolly, a different Gene Kelly musical. Shout out to that.
Hello Dolly.
But
that's a good movie. Now that is a goddamn good movie. You know what? Don't go see Joker 2.
Literally, there's so many other like better musicals. I
look up Good Morning Song and it gives me something by the Singing Walrus on YouTube.
But no, anyway, so it was it. I just can't stress enough how much I think the album should not have come out before the fucking movie. But
and whenever I would because I was going in between like Google navigation and looking at the album while I was driving to the theater, the album cover art. Oh my god!
I don't know what it means. I low-key when I think she posted it on Instagram, I thought it was like a magazine photo shoot. Like, because it looks like an editorial.
It looks like something like a Japanese magazine photo shoot. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no. It looks like a fashion magazine. But like when I saw it was the cover art, I was like, oh, okay. And then hearing the songs too, I'm like, oh, okay.
You know what I fucked with? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say what I really fucked with was the shot at the end when they blew the court open.
Mm-hmm.
How that was like one take.
Yes.
But then
I did notice that.
You know
I
was like,
that's
jack shit. It led to jack shit. Because then it's like they're driving out of the city with him, and then it's just like, okay, now he's back in jail. And then he gives up. And gets fucking stabbed.
Because Harley just like doesn't want him. And I'm like, like you said, because he does die at the end. I mean, we've already said this, but you can really tell looking back on the movie that their intention they were trying to get to him dying. Yeah. Like they introduced Harley and wrapped her up like in the like once the shit with Harley ended, I was like, what? But what I was thinking was that I have a feeling that the guy that killed him is supposed to be like the Riddler, or like he's supposed to be somebody else.
Well, the thing is,
they build him as like the jokester.
That other guy is Two-Face, the
lawyer. Yeah, Harvey. Yeah. I got that. And
they show him burnt in the.
You only see
at the very end.
When the court blows up, you kind of see it very briefly because they're kind of panning through the whole.
My friend I went with leans over and doesn't whisper, says very loudly, "They made him Two-Face." I think they actually showed that and told us that. Like, you don't need to also
Yeah.
Regardless.
Oh, yeah. But no, it felt like that Family Guy meme. It was like, it insists upon its shelf flourish. Like, it just like
it was just had this big
so like for real. It had a very like pretentious feel. Like you could tell that it acted like it was about something, or it thought it was about something.
And here's when I was like, this relates to the election.
Okay.
That it's because it's like, obviously it's coming out now because it's like showing the radicalness of him. Like I
think part of it is because it is like 5 years to the day. It's the same day it came out as the first movie.
But
so yes.
Also, it's like I feel like that was the thing in 2019. It was like it related a lot to. I feel like those guys people who sympathized with it, it's kind of similar to that where it's like, all the people outside the courtroom who are like, Joker man, I loved you.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, like dressed like him. I don't know. I think it relates a lot to like a Trump rally type situation.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost,
without
I was kind of scared that they were
release date
almost going to like get into that because it's like,
much
I thought there was going to be a megalopolis moment where there's people with flags that are like, make Rome great again. I thought it was going to be some like crazy, make Gotham great again. Like, I thought it was going to be some dumb shit like that. I was like, thank God.
I just think there's a reason that studios are doing this, and I think it's because like the rise of radicalism, not necessarily rise, but I think that it's like, oh, now is a good time to release these things because it's going to spark these discussions. I think more The Apprentice than Joker, obviously.
But I think the biggest thing though, which was kind of shocking, and I realized it about halfway through, it's attached to the hollowness of the story, but I think how I got to realizing that it was hollow, and it hit me really hard. I was like, this movie is boring.
It is boring. That's the thing.
Boring movie.
I was so restless.
I was
walk around. I had to take walks to theater a dead theater, liminal space, 12 screens. But yeah, I went for a walk. I went into Wild Robot for a second just to like explore. And they noticed me walking around. I was wearing bright blue, like my Sundance hoodie, you know. Yeah. And they're like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need help? Like, do you know where the bathrooms are?" I'm like, "I'm just stretching my legs, Yeah. Like I walked in and out of Joker, I think a total of 3 times.
Oh my God.
I needed a second.
It's like, because the musical numbers don't add anything to the story.
I was walking out during the musical numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, you really feel that that it doesn't move anywhere, because it's like it literally pauses and stops. Like you're almost like, please get past the singing, and that's never something that I want to say in a musical. But I'm like, this is not doing anything for the story except it looks cool.
I was like, I can't listen to Lady Gaga one more time being like, that's entertainment.
Right. And I'm like, it's all, the nature of it all, like being inside his head, that's not something that I necessarily dislike, because I am an unabashed
I would have liked if they had leaned into that, but they did not fully lean into it.
But I'm like, because it's in his head though, and we know very clearly, very early.
You know what would have been cool?
We know none of this is actually happening.
That's all. If Harley Quinn wasn't real.
They did that in the first movie.
For the script.
Well, actually, no. It turned out to be real, but it's just like the relationship
that's
is fake.
Still my script note.
Part of me thought they were going to do that, but I was like, they did that in the first movie. So if they did that, that would just be kind of like, that would be too easy. But,
you know what was cool though? How, they had the guy from Old.
I did not see Old, so I don't know. I don't know which guy from Old.
Well, they had like the nurse from Old. He was like a man, but he was one of the witnesses on this. It was a good reference for M. Night Shyamalan fans of bad movies. We were freaking out. We were like, "That's the guy from Old." So that's all. God.
I feel like the whole movie felt like the scene where after he was like, I'm gonna be my own defense. The scene where he was kind of flailing to make his speech.
Yeah.
That's what the entire movie felt like to me. Like it felt like it was like trying to say something, and it was so confident about the absolute nothing that it said. Like he said, like when he said so much of nothing, I was like, this is literally reflective of the entire movie that I'm watching. Which, I mean, if that was intentional, go y'all. But I don't think y'all intended to make the movie boring. Which is like I don't know how they made a musical boring. But I'm just like, if you're a musical, go full on musical. Like you only have like 3 numbers where you made like, a set that's like a set separate from, I'm like, do that more times. Like, give me some dancers, like, do like, make it a thing. Because if you're doing songs that we already know,
right? Where's that's a great point. Where's the choreography? Where's the big numbers? Like, again, is literally just him and Lady Gaga standing in a room, whisper singing.
Right. And if you're doing songs that we already know, there's
we don't want nothing, a slow.
It's version. Like there's not much that's going to keep us in. It's like, we know the songs, but we already know what they're about to be singing for the next 3 minutes. And you've added nothing to that, so you've kind of just limited it.
Right,
you've just like
I'd be stoked if they covered
we're
it
like,
and just
okay,
did the same thing.
they're singing this 40-year-old song that I've heard in 17,000 movies already. So, what else is there? And there's just not much there. I would be very surprised. Well, not very surprised. I just am. I'll say I'm incredibly curious to see if there's going to be any awards attention for this. I wonder if people are going to finally be like, this just didn't work. Or if people are going to
I don't think
like
so.
It's good.
And I think that's the reason it's coming out now in early October.
Okay, so we can. I feel like we've talked.
We've exhausted the fact that you should not see Joker. You should not
really
see The Apprentice. But go see some other movies we talked about.
Yeah. So anyway, to wrap up the Joker conversation, what is your out of? I go every time. I give an out of 5 and an out of 10 score but including decimal points in each. So 10, there's more.
The time that I had.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a terrible time watching this movie.
The movie itself, maybe 2.5
out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Letterboxd, I gave it 1, but again, I was just being a hater. Like seeing so many mid movies and then The Apprentice and then this, I was just like, I was at my breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
I think it probably deserves a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, that's where
funny because I just said 2 out of 5. So maybe 4 out of, I don't know.
I
some stuff is cool. I guess some cinematography, like that one scene.
Yeah, there's
actually
in the nothingness.
1.5. Sorry.
It's a very textbook like style, no substance movie.
But it's also not very inventive with the style.
This is also true because the first movie looks better, I think, or it's just more like it looks exactly the same as the first movie, just with a couple scenes that are more. There's also so much shit in the trailer that's not in the movie. Like there's some. Do you remember? There's a shot in the trailer of them dancing down steps.
Yeah,
and they're like kicking
very
and shit.
Specifically, and that is the IMAX poster. Movie. They gave us an IMAX poster, and that is the IMAX poster.
I was waiting for. I was like, what number is that?
I thought I just missed it.
Because I was like, that there's dancing. Like I was like, where? I was like, is that the big? Like literally the entire time, I was like, oh, that must be the big, like 11 o'clock number. Like, you know, I'm waiting for it, and then it never came. And there's a few other shots I was looking at other or watching other like videos about it on YouTube, and people were bringing up like or just showing shots that just like weren't. And then I'm like, these shots were not in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's a few. So that's why I'm like, there probably is. There's more that was, and I'm like, what? Maybe the more that was like Harley Quinn stuff.
Yeah.
But they were like, Joker kind of has to die. We can't build him up. Like they probably planned for him to die because, like you said, they. Because I was like, oh, once he died, I was like, they're avoiding. They had to kill him. Yeah, I was like, they're avoiding another one.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I would agree. I think I gave it a 2 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I would sit with that. 2 out of 5 is very low for me. I don't rate movies lower than
me neither. My rating is
very,
very slanted up because it's again, if I have a good time, like a big thing about me is that I respect the fact that a movie gets made at all.
Yes.
So it has to be like really something, and it's me being a hater, but yeah. So, but objectively, like, congrats to everyone who worked on Joker, and congrats to everyone who worked on The Apprentice. You know, we love filming.
I mean, The Apprentice is gonna have a better.
Not my cup of tea. Oh, it totally. Joker 2, just the 1-2 punch of. Not that I've seen Megalopolis, but the 1-2 punch of Megalopolis, Joker 2. Ooh, and I always. This year, I've been realizing that there's movie years and there's music years. Yeah. And I think that the even-numbered years are music years and the odd-numbered years are movie years. Because 2019, peak movies. This year, really great year for music. Like, everyone's dropping. Everyone has dropped or is dropping this year. We're not going to get anything next year because it takes really, like, 2 years to do a cycle. Even, like, not that I liked the Taylor Swift album from this year, but it's like, she's on a cycle of 1 original album, 2 re-releases.
Except this album has how many deluxe versions now?
I don't want to get
27?
into that. Does it?
That's an exaggeration, but I feel like it's probably close.
It
was like every time she dropped one, she dropped 3, and she did.
Well,
that
it's more
like
so
8 times.
every time any other artist drops something, she one.
Would. Yeah. Very greedy of her.
I just didn't rock with the music. I have a Taylor Swift tattoo, and I don't rock with the music.
No, I don't have a Taylor Swift tattoo. I'm a notorious Taylor Swift non-fan, but I listened to 30 seconds of every song on the double album, the anthology.
There are some songs that I like. She can definitely
only one of them I thought was decent.
Which is?
The one with Florence and the Machine. Florida, is that what it's called?
Yeah, no, I think
that was the only one that I thought was like a decent song. All the rest of them, they all sounded exactly the same.
I think the run of Flesh Out the Slammer, Florida, Guilty of Sin, and Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I think is a good run. I am more partial to Guilty of Sin is just my type of song. Mm-hmm. It's referred to within the fandom as ovulation music, but just I don't know why. But the songs when she's like talking about that subject matter being sex and being horny, I think that she's I think that she has good songwriting. So Guilty of Sin is my top.
It's not overwritten like all of her other songs.
Yeah. Fresh Out the Slammer, I think, is good as well. Uh-huh. Notice how I'm not taking the bait. Notice how I acknowledged it and I set it down on the table. Yeah. Fresh Out the Slammer, I think, is good. I think it's inventive with its pacing. Florida, it's just good because, like, Florence.
Mm-hmm. I just like Florence and the Machine.
It was Afraid of Little Old Me, I think, on first listen. I was like, this is good, but I don't listen to it anymore because I think that it, like, trended on TikTok in a way that I was like,
I'm not.
And also the interpretation of how other people are taking it, that affects me. But everything else, I'm just kind of like, good for
Is that the one where she was like, I wish we were in like 1853?
No, God, no.
No. Wasn't that?
I don't know which one that is.
I remember. Is that I Hate It Here? Here's
the thing. I haven't really listened to anything except for those 4 songs and the other ones that I think are Yellow Jackets coded, such as The Alchemy and So High School. The other since it came out, it was just kind of a nothing album.
The real album of the year for 2024, Brat Carter.
Brat.
I truthfully, I've not listened to Brat. I don't think I've heard a single song from it in full. I like every Brat meme on Twitter, every single one. My likes are flooded with it, and my TL because of that is flooded with it. I haven't even heard Apple in full. I'm so serious. I'm looking and listen, and I am not shade. It is no shade. No, it is no shade.
It's a very specific type of music.
I know it's not my kind of music. I know I won't like it.
It's just,
or I know I won't like. I like
really
the spirit of it.
And it's very good music to run to.
Okay.
It's very good music to
I like the spirit
and out on the 405 too. And that's all another thing I do.
That's how I feel about
the Clairo album I think is pretty good. Submarine by the Marias is really good. The Billie Eilish album I really fucked with.
I really fucked with it. That as well.
Chaperone, which was not this calendar year, but it really took off this year.
This is true. Troye Sivan's album was that this year? It was this cycle. It was like end of last year.
I think I don't know. But
I remember it came out in October.
Short and sweet, I'm not as
but it's in the Grammys calendar.
But again, like good for everyone who released, and that's truly how I feel as
the Sabrina Carpenter album, Short and Sweet.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. I've heard most of it. It took me so long to listen to Please 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 for the first time, but I do think that's a good song. Bad Kim, I think, is my favorite though.
Which song?
Bad Kim.
It's a good. See, and that's what I mean, and that's what I mean. I don't know. I like songs about that subject matter. But, happy for everyone who released, and even more happy for everyone who's a fan of an album who came out this year. I haven't listened to Cowboy Carter, but I'm really happy for you. I'm happy for the people who like the Tortured Poets Department, and I hope you're happy for me liking Brat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the moral.
Yeah,
I know this is a review podcast, but that's
yes. No.
I live.
Yeah, you should definitely listen to Cowboy Carter. Very quickly. Because we've been talking for a while, but the last thing I like to do when we wrap up, I want you to give me one movie that you are looking forward to seeing that's coming out in the near future.
Heretic.
I almost went to see a test screening for that, but a movie that you're excited for and a movie that you recommend. So Heretic is your anticipation.
Yeah, Heretic is my anticipation pick because it was Sophie Thatcher, who is in Yellow Jackets, which is a
Yes.
TV show that I recommend. Movie that I recommend. You go first.
Okay. For my recommendation, okay, this movie that, well, first Ed Wood,
Oh, I
because
know
we
what
talked
that
about this earlier. We talked about Ed Wood earlier. I would recommend Ed Wood. But a movie that we haven't talked about yet is a movie called Dead Pigs that I had to actually do a project on, or a presentation on for my class like yesterday. But I ended up really enjoying it. It's from my contemporary Chinese cinema class. It's from Kathy Yan, who did the Birds of Prey movie, the Harley Quinn movie. But it's her first feature, and it's basically like like Magnolia, but like set in Shanghai. Kind of about like class differences and you know the relationships of different kinds of people.
Yeah.
But all while there, and this was a real life event. There's like this or in real life, it was like 16,000 plus like dead pig carcasses that like floated up in this river and were like floating down this river that was like a big source of tap water for a lot of like areas, and it like became a thing and no one knew where the pigs came from, and it was a whole, even it's a pig farming like situation, but it was like, everybody was dumping them all in and no one knew that the other people were all dumping them in, but they all came up at the same time.
Okay.
And there's thousands and thousands of pigs in the water. That kind of not necessarily guides the story, but it's the framing device. It's like while all these stories are happening, while there's these pigs floating in the river, and that kind of just guides some stuff. It's not necessarily that integral to the storyline, but it's a very entertaining movie. Like I said, it's like Magnolia, so it's an ensemble movie. Very stylized. It's funny. It's like I said, it's about like class struggle. So it's like there's like this woman whose house is like trying to be bought by these land developers because they're trying to build like this mini version of Spain like in the town, and they need her house to like,
mini version of Spain.
Yeah, they're like building like a mini Sagrada Familia, like the big church that took 120 years to build, and like all this shit. But she's like, I've been in this house for 3 generations. I'm not even a pig farmer is one of the focuses of the story. And then like his son, who's a busboy, he has this romance with this rich girl. And so there's like class struggles in that. And then, there's family dynamics with him and his son. And then, the woman who's a beautician and the pig farmer being related. And then there's also a storyline focusing on the head architect for the New Spain, who's like this American white guy who like came over, and he's like really insecure, so he gets like roped into this like modeling thing that's like a whole, it's like modeling but not it's like he's a model only because he's like white American and like doesn't speak Chinese. It's like they're like using him for something. But
and where can we watch this?
It is on, you can like rent it. It's also attached to, you can get like a 7-day like free trial for Film Movement Plus, it's called. Like you can attach it to like Amazon Prime. That's what I did to have to watch it for class. But it's from 2018. Like I said, it's really good. It's funny. It's like it's really like art housey, and it's definitely like a first feature. But it's very I don't know. I enjoyed it. So that would be like my recommendation. Something that I'm excited for is actually a movie that I just got a screening for today. That's in a couple weeks. I'm very excited to see this movie called Nickel Boys. Have you seen?
No, but I've heard about it. Yeah,
it's based on a book by Colson Whitehead. I'm familiar with him. I haven't read anything by him, but he wrote like the Underground Railroad book that Barry Jenkins adapted into the series, and some other things. But the particular reason why I'm excited is because it is the I guess feature, because the other movie was a documentary, but the feature directorial debut of the director of one of my favorite documentaries. His name is Ramel Ross. The documentary is Hale County This Morning, This Evening, which was, it got nominated for Best Documentary the year that it came out. That was also, I think, 2018.
Okay.
I actually taught, we had an assignment for a class where it was like a student in class, but basically each student kind of had a week of like to control the curriculum. So that was like kind of the whole thing. And it was a very free form class. But my week, I decided to show two movies and then have like a discussion. But Hale County was one of those movies. It's a gorgeous film. He like takes such care with like photographing like black people, and he's so like he's black as well, obviously. Um, but that's a beautiful documentary, and this is like the trailer for it looked great. It's like all not all first person like perspective, but that's like a device of the story is because it's about these two boys like best friends that are growing up. But I know that it's also about like racial tensions and stuff. It's like going to be an intense like watch, but I have a lot of faith that he's going to do well. I know
I've heard great
some
things.
people that we know have seen it, and I've read some stuff about it, but that's just something that I'm really excited for. What is your
May I recommend two?
yes.
Okay, so the first one I'm gonna recommend is like it's called Parachute. It's an indie movie that came out at South by Southwest last year. Directed by Brittany Snow. It stars this.
Oh my god!
What?
No! It's no shade to Brittany. Shout out to Pitch Perfect, but that's oh my god.
Anyways, it stars Courtney Ian, who is an actress who I am kind of tracking, just in the sense that like I'm very interested in her career. She's on this show called Yellow Jackets. I did a for the like one person listening who follows me on Letterboxd, which is you. I did a Yellow Jackets cast watch this summer, and no, I genuinely discovered like this gem. And yeah, it's about like body image issues and just like finding love while being like a messy 20-year-old. Very art house. I felt like it was really well put together, and being directed by Brittany Snow, like she got a lot of friends to do cameos. Skip if you don't want them spoiled, but it's Gina Rodriguez, Joel McHale, Dave Bautista, and Kid Cudi, who have like
Kid Cudi cameos are so
pretty significant roles.
Wow.
I was like Joel McHale. They all like move the plot forward in a sense. I genuinely think it was really well written, and like I've watched it a couple times since then. My other recommendation is gonna be for if you would like to watch a good musical. Silk Stockings is a Fred Astaire musical that I watched when I was in Bologna and the El Cinco de Toronto.
Yes.
They were doing a retrospective on Ruben Mamoulian, and I went to like almost every film in that series.
Did you see Love Me Tonight?
No, almost every film.
Okay,
I did not.
that.
Wait, did I?
I forgot that I saw it because for some reason I forgot to log in on Letterboxd, but I was
I totally did see it,
and I had it circled, and I was like, I remember seeing this because that was the only musical that I saw.
I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I saw 7 of his movies, but one of them was Silk Stockings. Yeah, highly recommend just because it's an amazing musical. I think the numbers are really good and interesting. The choreography is great. I wrote a paper on it last semester. It also stars Sid Charisse, who's another big name. Yeah, but I feel like it's a good like romance musical. I feel like Joker 2 was like kind of trying to do something like it, but did not achieve it. So just go watch that. It's got the sauce. Set in Soviet. It's not set in Soviet Russia, but it's like a love story between.
Has that vibe.
Yeah, it's like a love story between. It's kind of like Purple Hearts, if you're familiar with what that is.
I know what it is. I've never watched it.
That Purple Hearts is like the Democrat-Republican enemies to lovers love story, but this is like communist capitalist enemies to lover love story. So it's like Sid Charisse plays like someone sent from communist Russia to get these Russian like ballet choreographers back to Russia.
Yeah.
To Moscow specifically. The musical number is called We Can't Go Back to Moscow, or like We Won't Go Back to Moscow. It's great.
Yeah.
But then while she's there, she like finds love and she realizes like, wait, there is life outside of Russia, and I actually don't like Russia because this is propaganda. It's a propaganda movie. So yeah, but I recommend it. It's also adapted. It's a musical that's adapted from a movie called it's a Russian name.
You don't even have to try.
Yeah, you know what? Just know it's adapted. From a movie that stars, it's the name of the female lead in Silk Stockings. That was not a musical, but then they made it into a musical.
Okay.
And that is Silk Stockings. And the original movie starring Greta Garbo, who is really great, and it's Queen Christina, another Mamoulian movie. So go see all three of those movies.
Shout out.
Wherever you see movies.
Shout out to Ruben Mamoulian. Blast from the past. Well, yes, if you've made it to the end of this,
I love you.
Thank you for listening.
Big kiss on the lips.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back soon. I'm trying to figure out how to do this new release schedule because these past 2 weeks I've put out, I'm thinking about doing 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. If that is the case, I'll see you in 2 weeks, but
late October.
Yeah, but who knows? I might get a spur of, maybe I'll drop something.
AFI Fest, AIF Fest.
Yes, there's so many things that are coming up and happening. As we were saying, award season is starting up, so you'll see a lot more from me on my socials. If you want to follow me on Instagram at OTR with Andrew, the podcast Twitter at the OTR Andrew Pod. If you want to follow me on Letterboxd at AndyMike1209. Piper, do you want to? Yeah,
you can find me on Instagram at Piper C Jones. I don't post, but we can chat. And then on Letterboxd, I think the user is PiedPiper5. I made that as a child.
Yes, and we can't change it.
We can't change it, but
unless you're patron, then you can change it once.
Oh, I am a patron.
Okay, well, yeah, you can change it one time.
Well, okay, so currently it's PiedPiper5. Just know Andrew and I interact a lot. You can find it there. I have a Yellow Jackets profile picture. So I'm sure next time I'll plug it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you again.